At the moment, some of us have a bit of time on our hands at home right now, don't we? And channeling a little bit of Marie Kondo is both satisfying and right now a bit of a welcome distraction. Our resident beauty editor Trudi Brewer is here now to share how to clear the beauty clutter. Hi Trudi, how are you? How's your bubble going?
I've got to say that my boys are coping a lot better than I am. They've all got little projects on the go. I'm hiding in my office because I am a house of 3 boys and 2 male dogs. So I'm just trying to pretend that it's not happening.
Are you getting cabin fever yet, or are you doing okay? I mean, how are you filling
No,
your time?
I'm a real people person. I've got real cabin fever. Yeah. But I've been doing Skype catch-ups with my girlfriends, which is great.
I think we all have drawers and bathrooms, cabinets full of bottles and makeup and all that kind of thing. It's a good time to have a bit of a clear out of those, isn't it?
I think so, and don't do it all at once. I'm doing a day every second, a room every second day, or a cupboard every second day. But consolidation is key. The great thing about beauty products is they're all small to medium sizes, and rather than group them all together in the same thing, what I do is I put, pencils and mascaras and lip liners all together, lipsticks all together, and then hair products and tall moisturizers and fragrances together. And what I've done in my bathroom recently is use the top drawer for everything I use every day, the middle drawer for those eyeshadow palettes that you never really use a lot of, but they're so pretty you want to keep them. And then the lower drawers for things that I don't use very often, or storing fragrances.
I love it. You are so organised. I'm just
Well,
admiring.
not really, but I have had some time on my hands.
I'm just admiring the all the bottles that are all so perfectly lined up behind you. Is that your stash?
Yeah, there's just a bit of it. There's a bit of it going on here.
So,
I did donate a whole lot of it to Women's Refuge before lockdown because I thought they might need some goodies.
fantastic. Okay, what about expiry dates? Because I've been going through mine a little bit. What lasts and what doesn't?
Well, look, that's a really interesting question, and there are guidelines, and where you see them, you might need your specs, a few of you, but you on the bottle of, say, for example, a foundation, there on the back, there's a little jar with an open lid that says 6 months. So this is Nude by Nature is a natural foundation, so natural products don't last as long as those with preservatives, remember. So 6 months. A face cream will have stamped, if it's good quality face cream, it'll have it stamped on the bottom. So this one expires in April 22. So you get about 24 months. And then a fragrance, when you buy a fragrance, usually on the carton, it'll have that same little icon, the little jar with the open, and this says 36 months. That is a great guideline from the manufacturer. That's if you store it properly. Now, the temptation to put all your perfumes out on the windowsill in the sunshine is probably not such a good idea because sunlight does destroy the ingredients inside beauty products. So I use snap-lock bags for things. You don't have to have fancy Marie Kondo boxes to put them in, but you can just use snap-lock bags. Jars, a little jar with a lid is great for lip pencils because you can see them. And they're stored away in a little jar. So things like that. And you can use shoe boxes are brilliant for hair products because they're usually tall and they don't sit up in the bathroom cupboards. So that's another little tip. I use shoe boxes for my hair products.
What actually happens to something if it expires? If my foundation is expired or my moisturiser, do the active ingredients just not work? I mean, how far can I
And
push
what
it?
is active? And what tends to happen is that the oil separates inside the product. For example, the oil will separate inside the foundation, and even if you shake it, it will actually be a little bit sort of murky looking. Fragrance tends to start looking like salad dressing with the oil sitting on top rather than a beautiful clear fragrance. And you'll notice with things like lip pencils and eye pencils, they'll be very hard and they won't glide across your skin anymore. They'll be very difficult to actually put on. Lipsticks get a really waxy taste to them. Oh, look at you, you've got your storage out. They get a real waxy taste to them. So you can usually tell by the texture and the taste and the look and smell.
Well, I was just going to ask you, Trudy, because clearly our beautiful makeup artist Christelle can't be in my bubble with me today, so I'm doing my own hair and makeup, which is a little bit of a challenge, I have to say, for broadcast. But one of the things I noticed was my mascara is a bit clumpy. It's probably quite old. How long does a mascara last?
Interesting fun fact: 3 months.
Oh, this is probably
Now,
a year old.
I've just prepared one earlier. When you actually apply your mascara, most people go like that and then put it on. What you're doing is pumping air into the tube, so you're drying it out much quicker. So instead of doing that, when you open your mascara, just open it like that, twist it around the tube inside, pull it out and apply it. So if you're pumping it all the time to get product on it, what you're doing is just drying it out. So the other tip is to make sure you're not sharing cosmetics at the moment. And when I say sharing, you know, mums and daughters do, flatmates do. Just be really careful about that. Clean them with sanitizing wipes if you've been lucky enough to get any from the supermarket. Sharpening those lip pencils and sharpening those eye pencils too is a really good way to keep your cosmetics clean. I know people do share, and it is a tricky time for doing that, but that's just another little tip.
Okay, the last time these 3 makeup brushes saw any kind of disinfectant, I couldn't tell you. How do I clean my makeup brushes?
That's a really good question. You clean your makeup brushes the same way you look after your hair. Now, makeup artists use isopropyl alcohol because they're using their brushes on multiple people, but for yours, shampoo them. Rinse out the shampoo, you'll see it lifts off all the dirt. Micellar water is another goodie to use to clean them. And then put a little bit of conditioner on and then lie them flat on a paper towel. Don't dry them sitting up in a jar, because what happens is the moisture drips down into the wood and the glue and the bristles start to come out. So, you know, when you've washed a makeup brush a few times and you end up putting it on, you're using it and bristles are all over your face, that's because the glue is actually giving up. So dry them flat, shampoo and condition them, and they should last you for a couple of years.
This is such useful advice. That is all stuff that happened to me this morning. I'm surprised you can't see all the makeup brush ends on my face. In fact, you probably can.
No, you look fantastic.
Thank you so much, Trudi. For more from Trudi, head to her website, beautyeq.co.nz.